everyone. Our topic for today is all about Stefan Füle, Commissioner for Enlargement and European Neighborhood Policy, June 27, 2013. The world to seek the rights and freedoms of children. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure to welcome you to the high-level conference on justice for children, jointly organized by the European Union and the United Nations Children's Fund. UNICEF is a part of our continued support to neighboring and enlargement countries in establishing and reforming their juvenile justice system. And it is also a reflection of the fact that we care for our children, in fact for all the children, before taking stock of the current state of play and what needs to be done in the future. Let me underline my strong commitment to implementing the European Union's policy on the promotion and protection of children's rights. This calls for reinforced cooperation with national authorities and civil society so that we can ensure that children are treated as fully fledged members of society. There are still many challenges regarding the rights of child and juvenile justice within the EU. In fact, the EU itself has adopted several pieces of legislation relevant to children in justice in recent years. For example, the Directive on Sexual Abuse and Exploitation, the Anti-Trafficking Directive, and we intend to propose a new measure on suspects, defendants. The participation of enlargement countries in this conference is very relevant because the topic of today's is conference is a priority area for the EU in the accession process. Indeed, the EU agrees on children's right of child protection is not limited to Chapter 22. Judiciary and fundamental rights no less than 17 under accused. Chapters contain legal instruments that have important provision on children's rights and protection. Despite some progress, there is still scope for considerable improvement when it comes to children's rights. I am thinking in particular about the need to overcome institutionalization of children and promote preventive mechanisms in support of families. And our concern don't just end there. Let me mention six other important areas that need to be addressed. Lack of prioritizing children's rights in criminal proceedings, lack of adapted facilities corresponding to specific needs of juveniles in detention, insufficient free legal aid for juveniles, representative access to juvenile offending, lack of effective alternative to detention, and hands-on overuse of detention, and lack of specific measures for child victims, leading to unnecessary trauma and re-victimization. This is why it's so important that neighboring and enlargement countries not only adhere to international human rights standards, but they must also ensure the effective implementation of recently adopted criminal justice legislation, which in some countries is very progressive. Support for justice reform in one of the core pillars of the European Union external action it aims at ensuring judicial independence, impartiality, and integrity, increasing the performance, efficiency, accountability, and transparency of the justice sector, improving access to justice for the poorest and most vulnerable, and improving detention conditions and introducing alternatives to imprisonment. Successful justice reform initiatives are those built on national priorities, enjoying full political commitment and national ownership, as well as reinforce partnership between civil society and state decision makers. I would like to remind you about the ongoing support that the European Commission is providing in the neighborhood and enlargement countries. In the neighborhood countries, the Commission is supporting juvenile justice reform within the rule of law agenda in Ukraine, Georgia, Moldova, Azerbaijan, and Armenia through financial and technical assistance provided by the European Neighborhood and Partnership Instrument. In the enlargement countries, the Commission has been providing support to the instrument for pre-accession assistance to strengthen child protection measures in general and to support assistance for child victims. Kosovo, Montenegro, former Yugoslav Republic of Macedonia, and Turkey. Support for civil society working in the area of child protection has also been provided in enlargement countries gradually aligning their legislation with the EU acquis. The Commission is monitoring this process, visibly including which comes to the rights of child in the different chapters. On this point, I would like to underline that data collection is an important part of the monitoring work the European Commission supports. In the way, to strengthen the statistical capacity so that reliable data is available to support modern policy making. We remain committed to supporting projects and policies that enhance child protection system and strengthen the rights of children, including as victims or in the context of criminal proceedings. First, law reform for the promotion protection of children's rights, in particular by encouraging supporting the enactment and review of national legislation to ensure its compatibility with relevant international standards on the rights of the children, particularly the Convention on the Rights of the Child, and enhancing the capacity of law enforcement agencies for investigation into the violation of children's rights, and development of child-friendly procedure to trial and court proceedings. Second, combating and discouraging violation of children's rights, in particular by prohibiting violation of the children's rights and ill treatment of children in law, including criminal law, and ending impunity for violation of children's rights, and taking effective legislative, administrative, judicial, and other measures to prevent violation of children's rights under the jurisdiction of the state and combat impunity for such violations. We do not work alone. UNICEF is one of our traditional partners who is vital for in the field of advancing the children's rights agenda in line with international standards and best practices. I am particularly proud of the cooperation that we have established with UNICEF to face the consequences of the Syrian crisis. When I was in Jordan recently, I went to the Satari Refugee Camp and inaugurated a school run by UNICEF and funded the European Commission. Through this concrete cooperation, we are giving children living in camps a semblance of normal life and opportunity to acquire knowledge for rebuilding their lives. Through innovative approach, research, know-how, and constant involvement, UNICEF has greatly contributed in advising countries on how to reform the juvenile justice systems. Based on modern legislation and policy and operation, today we have the opportunity to discuss our achievement, but also what remains to be done and how so that children can enjoy their rights and freedoms and states can properly respond to their demands and expectations. That is the word we seek. It is our mutual interest in it, our common goal. The children deserve nothing less. Thank you for watching.